Just I'm writing here log.info. Company is created. Just we are passing the ID here. This double curly braces is replaced with this ID. That indicates runtime input. In case of any exception, we print error message. And recommended to throw some readable to client event. About to leave save method. Like this logger lines are created. SMAProjectDay API is used. Okay, it's the latest one here. Okay, so it's a 2.1.7 here. So here you can see. Okay, this actually fix are done here. Okay, you might have seen the concept of vulnerabilities. You can just see these are even fixed in the latest version here. From these dependencies actually here they have done in the latest version here. Okay, from here. Okay, so before to the version some vulnerabilities are there, means which are not recommended to use, which can be easily traced by using some text reader tools. Okay, you can just see the link I'll give. Okay, log for J vulnerabilities. You can see here. Okay, with this lot of videos even available. Okay, this was a big issue recently. Okay, so here that was fixed in the latest version. So no issue of using this latest one here. Okay, now I'm writing some other methods even. Let me continue. Okay, trying to read all the records actually. Response entity, it's a list of company. For get mapping, mentioning all here. We have to return this object here. returning the response here. Just creating the logger lines here. This is for tracing purpose. In case of any error, we are printing. Like this, we are writing here. A good standard coding to mention that is of fetching the data. Okay. If you try to fetch one record, the company service IAM here, if it is actually, we have to throw some exception. I'm creating this exception class here. A default constructor in with a default super off and a customized error message. So here we are getting the exception. I am trying to fetch one record here. For that one input, it will be passed here. If it's throwing exception, okay, I'm just trying to print the log message through E. I'm just writing. I'm rethrowing this exception, printing this error message and rethrowing. It will call exception handler. Okay, when you throw here, it will call global exception handler. I am writing one exception handler here. It's a REST controller advice. What is the meaning of this annotation? Whenever any exception occurred in the REST controller, please come to this aspect. Okay, that's actually advice that's internally follows AOP. Okay, now what is the exception type here? Okay, I am writing a method here, public, it's a response entity, string, handle company not found exception. Okay, input also same. Just I'm writing Name could be lengthy, not an issue, but write clearly. So for which exception we have tried here? Exception handler of this type only. We can mention super type also. Okay. Recommended to return a response entity dot internal server error with a body. Okay. Get status, get message. Internal server error returns actually 500. Whenever exception comes, it is recommended to return here. A global exception handler, customer, this one. If you don't know this one, first time you are listening, this is error and exception handling videos. In the third video, if you look at section 3, we are discussing. There I just explained how the process will be. Okay, how to write the global exception handler and what is the use of that one. You please check it if possible. Okay, here you can see 3 videos are there. I think I have posted in your classroom drive also. Okay, I think it is an old classroom drive. In the old classroom drive, okay, here we can find some recordings, okay, individual videos, project documents. If you're not there, please join in this one also. Okay, I'll try to post this. In this, you can see error and exception handling. If you go with the first one, it's for MVC. Okay, in case of exception occurred, okay, this is MVC flow. Okay, this is exception flow. The rest of our flow I mentioned here. What if exception occurred? How they are going to behave? Okay, so what is the process? I mentioned here how to handle error pages. Okay, so you can just check those. So here I'm returning, it's a global. So anywhere this exception occurred from any class, okay, or any method. Today I wrote only fetch one. Later delete method may throw, edit method throw this exception, a reusable code for you understanding. If company not found exception is thrown from any REST controller, then below method is executed and returns error message with 500 status code. That 500 indicates internal server error. Okay, it is like a reusable catch block code. Okay, actually this code we have tried in every catch block. Instead of that, I just used for this exception. Okay, let me test up to this one. First run Eureka server. refresh. It's a company service. If you click on this, you can find the IP address and port number, and you can make the request to insert. In the last session, I gave insert post call. It's a body. We have passed the sample data. Address object, you can see. Click on send button. It is created. Okay, now I'll try to fetch a record. By 3, I'm just giving. You will see like this. Status 500. It's actually request went to controller. Controller executed this logic. That logic called catch block. Logic called catch block. It is throwing. Whenever you throw, it will go to global exception handler. Okay, and this is actually called. Sorry. If you try to see all the records, just all you can enter. If the record not exist, if you want more details, you can return some error message object. That is also give custom time. At what time it has given, what status. You can write some error message generic class. You can print all those details. If you want JSON format, like this, you can change it. Okay. It's a payload. Payload means request or response object. This is a response. Just I'm writing here. Yeah, we can write directly in the controller, but the problem is same code. If you want to write one more time in the delete method, then okay, same logic we have to write. That's not a good approach. We can write in the controller only. Like this, I'm writing here. Okay, this is going to return some JSON format. Error message, status code. Value, and name. Okay, you can see. Only in this exception case, it will be executed. Okay. For example, I'll write some delete method. Okay. This is second one. Fetch all. This is delete one. Okay. Now here, this is a string I'm writing. So in case of delete fail, I think we did not write delete. Okay, we'll add that later. Let this be better. Up to this one, I'm just giving a simple fetching all the records and fetching. In case of edit also, okay, not found exception may come. What is that company? Not found exception. I just changed here. Then this is going to come. Okay, you can see. I'm running the application again. Now try to execute the same here. Now see you got some JSON, date, time, message, status, and code. Clear? This is there in the video. You can check it once. I'm just giving this code commit. This is today commit. Look at the changes. I have created one custom exception class and a handler, global handler. Error message, this is payload for response. Payload nothing but actually something coming from front end and given to front end that's not at all stored with the database, generally called only request and response data. Okay, and REST controller, SLF for the enabled, latest one, vulnerabilities are handled, and these are the methods I added here. Okay, get one here, and in the place of null, throwing the exception here. There's some modifications I have done. You can just see the Git ID. Okay, so here the major one which I have done here is first to create exception class. Second, global handler. Third, response payload. Fourth, service IMPL modified method. Previously we are returning null, now we are throwing the exception. Okay, these are the major modifications with logger objects enabled. Okay, continuation to this we see on Monday class. Okay, Monday I'll give similar few more modules. Okay, what I am trying to do here, you can do parallelly there. Thank you. No session tomorrow. Next class on Monday.